As I get older, I tend to think more about the people that we used to call weird growing up. You know, people who would live in trees and isolate themselves in nature. But now I think these people definitely knew something that the rest of us don't, you know. This world has become so unbelievably superficial. Like, in order to partake in a good social life now, you have to really play the game of, you know, being pretentious on social media. You have to be polishing your Instagram pictures. You know, you have to be pretending to be someone that you're not. And even if you're living life at the bottom, you're going to have a lot more optionality than someone who's doing really well, you know, developing themselves behind the scenes, working hard, that doesn't want to play that game and wants to stay genuine, you know. And I think this is why a lot of modern relationships are failing, you know, because that baseline level of attraction, yes, it's going to work if you're playing that game on Instagram and stuff. That's going to get you in the doorstep with someone, but then that's the extent to which it goes. You know, that baseline level of attraction can only go so far. You have to try and build something after that. But that's the thing, people aren't looking for compatibility in the initial stage. They're looking for someone who matches the description of the, you know, the hedonistic fantasies and stuff. And it's a shame, and this is why dating is probably only going to get worse, because people are saying that women have it easier and stuff, but I don't think that's the case, you know, because women have they do have a lot of more options on the surface, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're going to, you know, want to spend or, you know, be compatible to spend their life with these people. So I don't think it's necessarily easier for them as well, you know, especially in the dynamic that we've created and stuff. And obviously men have it very, very tough. I'd say disproportionately a little bit harder, you know. So I think the best thing to do for people now is to simply work on yourself, not in a cliche way, but literally just keep working on yourself to be the best person that you can possibly be. And then eventually, you know, timing and preparation will always create luck. And, you know, if you're trying your best to manifest these things when you are at your optimal state, then things are going to come good for you, man, you know. So I think people need a lot more optimism in this world. They need a lot more reassurance and, you know, confidence for the future. Some of us can give that if we have the right mindset, but, you know, a lot of it comes down to us. We need unity, man. We're so disconnected in this world right now, but if we start reconnecting, then things will get better, for sure.